Alright, so this is the last part of the segmented, I guess, commentary slash guide. From here on out, we'll be finishing with Electrospectre Cave, which is Lumine Hall, one of the Sanctuary bosses, and we're gonna fight the rest of them until we collect the remaining melodies, and then we're gonna go through Magicant. See what else? Yeah, it's gonna be Magicant, and then, Cave of the Past, and then the Giygas fight. Let's see what happens here. I think I stood for a while because I was gonna like talk over. It was like it's not long enough. I never stand there long enough for me to speak over. But yeah, we just continue by giving the little Tenda Senior the Book of Shyness. And then we had to talk to him. Yeah, it's once after this because he gives another bag of Dragonite, and we're gonna use that for the Nightmare fight. And then Tony calls again just to make sure that the player name is correct. Oh, and then the Fuzzy Pickles picture. Yeah, I forgot that I was supposed to talk to him. But, you basically don't have to worry about healing afterwards either because, after you give him the Book of Shyness, he replenishes your health and your psychic points for all the characters. And then here, I think, yeah, because we have a bunch of couple life noodles, and I'm just kind of setting up for, not cave. Well, with the Giygas fight. We still streaming. Yeah, this is the last part. We're almost done. Survived. This guy you have to talk to. If you don't, like, you try to go through the door, he's gonna be like, hey, where are you going? Talk to me. So this place is pretty dangerous. It's not necessarily the Fobby fights. They're similar to the Fobbies, they're just a lot stronger. If you get into an encounter with them, just use Starstorm with Pooh. They're also EXP balloons. There's these enemies, the Conducting Spirits, the Spheres, and then, I think there's other robots. Like, higher or stronger. Yeah, here we go, the Spinning Robos. You can just run away from them. They're not really a big threat. But definitely the Conducting Spirits are. Because they use Flash Beta, and those, when they use that, it can kill off the enemies. Not the enemies, your, partners in crime. Oh, I think this is when the cats fought. It's like, oh, gotta stop them. So if you do get into an encounter with the spheres, you can use hypnosis on them, then run away. It's the Conducting Spirits. Use Freeze with Paula and Pooh to kill them off. Oh, we got a dad call. So that basically marks 4 hours. Yeah, hi dad. It's like, hey, how about resting at a hotel? And you tell him no. And then he's like, okay, I understand, you know, you're trying to save the world and all that. But if you tell him yes, then he's gonna kind of ramble and be like, alright, find the clearest or nearest hotel and go rest and make sure to give Dad a call. But yeah, these guys love to use fire. So you just put them to sleep and then run, run, run! I like that beat emote, it's real cute. So yeah, they got damaged, hurt, just not run away, heal them. I mean, run away too, like that. I definitely use life up. And just be careful. Computer then? Oh man, I don't know. That's a tough one to decide. Because when Banjo transforms into that bee, let me tell you what. She actually said your emotes were cute as well. Nice. Well, I thank her for that. So yeah, like if you get into an encounter with two of them, you can just freeze both of them. I'm pretty sure beta does enough. You don't have to use gamma. Like I did it just as a precautionary thing. Here we go, that EXP. Then there's more. You can potentially green swirl them. Just have to use a skip sandwich and kind of wait for them to turn away. A beautiful magic card. And then there's an item that you want to pick up here. It's to the left. You don't have to pick it up before you fight the boss, although, like, if you think you're gonna forget, you might as well. But if, like, enemies spawn there, just go fight them. It's called the Rabbit's Foot, and equipping it to a character increases their speed by, I think is it twice as much? Or it's a set number of twice as much. So we're gonna be using that, and we're gonna equip it to Jeff, and when Jeff has it equipped, he's gonna do a lot more damage with his multi-bottle rockets. So like I said, the choice is yours, either pick it up or get it after the boss fight. But with this guy, you're gonna want to use 2 multi-bottle rockets. Because he has a psychic shield, and any psychic attacks you do to him won't actually hurt him. Dude, shiny Magikarp, especially Magikarp Splash Magikarp. Best. Such a sweet little baby. But yeah, this is all it is. It's pretty much set from here. You just want to be careful with some enemies that you encounter with the different sanctuary locations. But it's just using the multi-bottle rockets. As far as, like, difficulty-wise, it's definitely gonna be in, Fire Springs, which is where you fight the dog, Carbon Dog, and then Diamond Dog, that he transforms into. And there, the enemies are pretty scary. You can get possessed by Ghost, which is not fun, especially if you're fighting Diamond Dog and Carbon Dog. But there is a way to get rid of them, and I'll show you guys when we get there. Because I was possessed with 2 little ghosts in that area. So here it's like another small break. I think you can or do have enough time to use the bathroom. Maybe stay hydrated. Be alright. Perfect. Or are they? Insert Sari Think. Whoa, okay, I don't want to press that button. I didn't even press the right button. Sari Think. Dang it, there we go. We all know that's purple drink in there. You weren't supposed to tell anyone. It's our secret. Jeez. Alright, so once we get here, we just want to teleport to Fourside. And if you didn't pick up that exit mouse earlier when you went to get the Book of Shyness, you can do so now too. So here we're gonna go into the museum first. Because the guy's gonna tell you about like this extraordinary thing that he found. And it's basically another sanctuary boss, but in order for you to get there, he's gonna ask you for Venus's autograph. So you have to like go watch the show and then go give him the banana peel, excuse me, because that's what she signed. I don't know why I walked down like you don't have to do that. Exit through this little right here. Yep, we just came from Lumine. Sounds legit. What? It does happen, I swear. The 10-minute cooldown, Squirtle. Hey, we caught Little Hopper. Oh my god, Kane. You know damn well it's been 10 minutes. Let's see. Scroll up. You're 1 minute off. Try again. Yeah, can I have your autograph? Have this banana peel, kid. You've earned it. This part really creeped me out as a child. Like, her singing and then Mr. Spoon's just running on. He's like, uh-oh. He's like, I'm coming for you, baby! Ah, he gets pulled away. Yeah, the sparkle. Glam glam. Yep, it's Venus singing. She's playing an ocarina? Probably, yeah. The voice of an angel. It also sounds like that, Squirtle. Oh god, I keep looking for the controller, but I'm not actually doing the run. I keep forgetting. Look, she's like, okay, I'll give you my autograph on this banana peel. Here you go. She's like, this is a bonus. And she kisses Ness on the cheek. Oh my god, Nappy. I never thought of that. I mean, you never know, right? My tummy's grumbling. It's like, hey, it's been a while. Let's go eat. Like, wait, not yet. We gotta finish this, it's important. That's illegal. You caught a little clam pearl. I love clam pearl. She's so precious. Then you give them the sign nanners. You can get in there. There's a light shining from far, far. Something, something, something. The text went by too fast. I'm sorry, I'm a horrible storyteller. But yeah, here you just want to watch out for some enemies that like spawn on the left. I think I was gonna try to stutter him. I was like, wait! Not something a beginner should do. But yeah, you just have to watch out in the muck as well. There can be enemies that like hide underneath like where this wall is. Like these walls right here. And if they do, like, you won't really be able to see them, and they'll just, like, pop out and start running after you. Let's see, what else? There's nothing to pick up here besides the carrot key, but that's not until after you fight the plague rat. Thanks, Ian. Sure I will. Like, walked up there and saw, some mashed potatoes being put away. I was like, can't wait. You're gonna get destroyed. They're wearing the fancy pants again. I mean, I guess they're kind of fancy. They just have lots of flowers on them. I have a banana shirt on, and it's a pun. It's one banana saying to the other, you want to hear a potassium joke. Banana says K. Real nice, I like it. But yeah, like, there's the rats that you can stutter here, so, like, if you do end up getting, like, that double encounter, and you wanna, just despawn one of them, you can just stutter away from the other rat. The garbage cans have the aggro radius, so you'll be fine if you don't get too close to them. Sometimes there'll be, like, a roach or a rat that spawn up here, along with the boss. You can stutter past them, they're not too difficult. If you fight them, just freeze them with Paula, or Pooh. Paula ideally, because she's a lot faster. And then just fight the boss right after. I don't get it. Do you not actually understand? So, potassium on the element table, it's, you know, they all have, like, their own letters, the elements. It's the letter, or their own, I guess, abbreviations, but potassium is the letter K. You know nothing about the period. Okay, well, there we go. That answers my question. So yeah, you pick up the carrot key there, and then, you go down the ladder, and then you can use the exit mouse. I know, I'm sorry, I'm slow, okay? God. And there's a Fuzzy Pickles picture trigger, like, right outside the museum door, and you can just skip it by, teleporting away. So next we're gonna go to Dalam, and we're gonna go fight Thunder and Storm. I'm sorry, Mr. Chicken. No, Mr. Chicken, fine. Frickin' Mr. Chicken, man. I was like, wait, what am I doing? Oh, that's what we're doing. So yeah, you just head down, like where you were gonna go meditate with Pooh. Instead of going right, though, you go left. Where you'll find the little ninja carrots, or ninja rabbits, and you give them the carrots. These guys. Rabbits and the carrots all disappear. And you just go through the door. Sometimes there will be an enemy, like, down right there. It's not always. You can just despawn him by going out the door and then coming back. Or you can just take the fight. Hopefully trap him like that if he is too far up. And, these enemies are a lot easier to run away from now, though, versus, like, coming here right after. Like, say, if you did the sanctuaries in order as, like, a playthrough. And you gotta be careful with those, because they're gonna snipe you. You got another war turtle and it's still misspelled. The Tengus, they're real fun. Put you to sleep and they poison you. Yeah, it was just, whoever made that script for the minigame misspelled War Turtle. Yay, Navi, that's good. Almost time. Hey, there's those conducting menaces. Look at those smiles. Smile pretty for the camera. Whose emote is that? Oh, there's an actual God of War emote. That's wonderful. I didn't know it was available. Oh, that's what Flash Beta does, by the way. Just instant kill. It's Dad of War. Oh, right. I forgot, I'm sorry. So yeah, all you have to do with him is use a multi-bottle rocket too. If it doesn't kill, then you can just like freeze with Paula or Pooh and it'll finish him off. Nice battle, right? Dude, the Sanctuary boss rush. It's making me sweat. Holy banana. It's so difficult. Alright, after this is when we head to Fire Springs. We go to Onnet to pick up an exit mouse too. You don't have to do this, but it's kind of a recommendation. It's not completely necessary, but there is a potential hard lock once you teleport to Underworld. So, like, once you teleport to Onnet before you get the exit mouse, go save in the hotel. Like I said, it's not a requirement. It's just a slight recommendation. Because it would suck to lose your first run to, like, getting that hard lock. Oh my, Charlie. But yeah, there's this tiny spot where you can do a teleport beta, but if you're too far to the right, then you're just gonna bonk. And I wasn't aware of that. It's such a tight little spot. I was probably too far down, so instead you can just do a teleport beta right here. Go to on and get that exit mouse. Oh yeah, you can also take out more money here if you're missing multi-bottle rockets. Go get some more in Deep Darkness. Where's teleportation enemy? Yeah, that's why you just do swag alpha teleportations. I mean, they run so fast that they end up teleporting, though. Like, imagine being able to pick up that much speed where you just teleport. Alright, so then we go to Deep Darkness. Yeah, like the Flash, pretty much. No problem here. Yeah, if you're a little too far away from, like, that one pixel that you can talk to the, computers, like, it won't happen. So you just have to, like, get in their face. Please talk to me. So yeah, I think I bought 3 extra, but really I only needed to buy like 1 or 2 more. Yeah, who's gonna lug this around? Steven. Okay, back to underwater. Oh boy, I can't wait to do runs of this tomorrow. And then when we're down here, we want to go just like a little upright, and that's to pick up the sea pendant. We're gonna equip that to Pooh, and for the reason is, he can learn healing gamma, or he probably does learn it, or he already has it. And so if any of the other characters die, he can revive them with healing gamma. There's like a slight percent of a chance that it won't revive the characters, but it should. And if he runs low on psychic points after healing them, then you can just use the brain food lunch to fully restore them again, and his HP as well. So after you get the sea pendant, you just walk left and then go down and around like those stone walls, and you'll be able to reach a save point, which I do suggest for fire springs because it's a little dangerous. Be careful with those dinos and that ego orb. How much I love that ego orb. So yeah, it's the same thing as like Deep Darkness or other places where we avoid enemies by using teleportation. So there's a save point. It's the little parrot. Sorry if you heard my tummy. There's that purple dino. You might want to like despawn him or whatever dinosaurs show up there. I know, it's one of my favorite things. The birdie becomes a save point after you reach Deep Darkness. So, in Stonehenge, at the beginning, we waited for like a few seconds to despawn an enemy. We basically do the same here. We just get to the bottom of this rope. We wait around like the same time, 4 seconds, and then we start walking to the right. And, the little flame that spawns on the right is just no longer there. Despawns himself. And in these rooms, you're just gonna want to exit and then go back in, basically until it's cleared out. Alrighty, Navi. See you later. You just make your way to the top and hope that you get some green swirls. Like, this guy is unfortunate. I think I decided to run away because I felt confident enough knowing that I would. If you don't feel confident, you can always throw up a psychic shield with Paula, and that way when he uses fire, it won't damage any of the team members. You'll still be able to get that chance to run away. And then there's the ghosts. They're open to hypnosis, so you can just use Omega on them and they'll both fall asleep and then you can just run away the next turn. You can also try to use skip sandwiches here just to try to get to the other enemies quicker in hopes that you get a green swirl. With this encounter, you want to just freeze like the lava piles. Yeah, I think 1 freeze gamma is enough. If you don't have gamma, just use 2 betas, like one with Paula and then the other one with Pooh, and then hypnosis the element. And that's where I'm talking about, like, you can get possessed by the little ghost here. And the way to kill them is to fight either the little lava pile or one of the psychic psychos. And whenever the lava pile, like, uses its, like, breath of fire, spits out, like, the fire, or, the psycho psychics use, fire alpha, beta, whatever it is to the party. It also hurts the ghost, and, it's just basically a one-shot, like, they melt into thin air. So yeah, like I was possessed twice, and then it was either this one or the next one that was the soul-consuming flame. So it was both of them. Fought this one. I was like, come on, get rid of the ghost. I wasn't aware that it would only get rid of one ghost though. So if you have to, it's kind of scary because the ghost can like get a hold of a character and solidify them. So if it happens to Ness while he's trying to heal Jeff during the Carbon Diamond Dog fight, it's pretty dangerous. Because then you won't be able to heal him. So yeah, I think I recovered him just in case. Alrighty, Ian, I'll see you later. Thank you for hanging out. Hope you have a good time. So for him, all you do is you life up Jeff, and then you use multi-bottle rockets. And the reason why you life up Jeff is because every time you use one, Diamond Dog has a shield, and it's gonna reflect back the attack, do damage to Jeff. No problem, Ian. So yeah, we got lucky with that little ghost, because all he decided to do was just attack a random party member, and he only did like 10 damage. And another method of fighting Carbon Diamond Dog is, well, first just make sure you get off that first multi-bottle rocket to send him into the next phase. And then afterwards, you can use Freeze with Paula and Starstorm with Pooh. So that way, instead of having to use 3 multi-bottle rockets, you'll only use 2. Because at that point, they'll do enough damage to just finish it off. But, I guess it's safer and a little faster to just use the 3 multi-bottle rockets instead of queuing up everyone's attacks and turns. So after you heal, you can just use the exit mouse and head on out. And you go get another exit mouse, and then go to Tucson, back to Happy Happy, and fight Mondo Mole. And for Mondo Mole, this is where, if you had that extra big bottle rocket, you can use it on him. If not, you can use a multi-bottle rocket, or just auto-fight until he dies. Whichever one works. Try to squeeze through there, but I went too far to the left. So we go to Tucson, and then we just basically make our way back around. But yeah, any enemies that like chase after you at the beginning of the game, they're like afraid of you, so they'll just like all run away, so you don't have to worry about like despawning as in the beginning of the game, or when you were at this part of it. You don't have to like go all the way around because there was a bridge that they were trying to fix or build, and pretty much all set for you to walk through. But yeah, pretty much just this, yeah, it's small normal and then the giant sprout, and then the run picks up a little bit more again, where we have to fight Ness's nightmare, and we basically go into Ness's subconscious mind, deep in his mind. And there you're gonna see a lot more different movement, just basically being able to juke enemies, avoid them, bags of Dragonite that we've been collecting, and why we gave Ness those 2 super bombs and 2 skip sandwiches as well. But for now, it's not really anything crazy. When we get into Troll Sprout location, you have to be careful with some of the enemies there. If it's just like a Sprout or a Ranboob, like run away easily, it's no problem. Or they're not really threatening, but if you fight a mushroom, I suggest you use Starstorm with Poo to like knock them out. To level up the Abra, you just put candy and then the Pokemon name, I believe. So you go in here and then collect the melody and then just use the exit mouse immediately. You don't have to go out or do the walk back unless you forgot the exit mouse, then you can do the walk back. And then for this teleport, just don't move once you exit out of the cave because it's basically a straight way. There's enough room for you to just run along and complete the teleportation. You head to Saturn Valley. Just like that. So you make your way up through the little caverns again. And head to the right. There's another picture trigger here, and you can avoid it just by walking a little further to the left. And then getting up high enough to where you're just gonna enter the next sanctuary location. So yeah, you can check by like going near the enemies and they'll either run away from you or run towards you. Like I said, sprouts in the sky, just run away. But if it's a mushroom, then deal some damage to him. Also, another thing you can have here, or use, are skip sandwiches, and so that way, even if the enemies run towards you, you'll be able to avoid them without a problem. I think I stopped here because the cats were fighting again. It's like, alright, continue. Also, after you fight Sprout, we're gonna start moving some stuff to Ness. And they're going to be the Rabbit's Foot and the Sea Pendant. The Rabbit's Foot is going to help for when you need to run away from enemies in Magicant, and for this guy you can just use a multi-water rocket. And then the Sea Pendant will be more for protection against Krakens, that's if you end up fighting them. But you can avoid all the Kraken fights in Magicant. So you just go to Jeff's inventory, and you can go to Pooh's inventory and just swap over the items. If he doesn't have the skip sandwiches yet, now's the time to switch him over to Ness as well. So you just make sure you have everything. The Franklin badge on Ness is also, it's not mandatory, but I suggest it, because the Krakens like to use lightning attacks as well. So if he has the Franklin badge, they'll just reflect and hit the Kraken's back. So yeah, this is like another break that you can, for example. And it's time to start mashing. So here we're gonna head down to a building and save, and it's because Ness's Nightmare is pretty intimidating as well. And if you die to him, then you lose everything that you used in battle, including the bags of Dragonite and the super bombs. So this is just in case, you know, if you die to Ness's Nightmare in Magicant, you can just reload your file and then you have to walk through everything again. But at least you'll have all of your items. And I talked to a manly fish in here, and it doesn't do anything. I just wanted to change the colors of Magicant. So yeah, we go up here, and this is to pick up the last bag of Dragonite that we need for the Ness's Nightmare fight. And this is when we're gonna start using skip sandwiches. In order to avoid some of these enemies, you kind of have to wait a little bit for them to move, and then for you to start moving. And that way they get like stuck on the wall, or you can just move past them like that. And hopefully not get hit by butterflies. So that, like, right there you couldn't do it because it was too much of a tight squeeze. But if you get into an encounter with any of them, you can just run away. If it's a loaded dice, I recommend you use paralysis on it because the speed of the loaded dice is a lot higher than like the Mr. Molecules, the Carefree Bombs, or the French Kiss of Death. And once one skip sandwich wears out, you can use another one and start running again. But another smart thing to do with the loaded dice is use Paralysis Omega, and that's because if it calls like a pretty UFO or a beautiful UFO, whichever UFO, they're open to paralysis too, although it's only like a 50% chance for it to actually hit the UFOs. But yeah, then you have a more likelihood of running away. So yeah, here we're just gonna equip the Sea Pendant and the Magic Combat, and that's if we get into any encounters with the Krakens. The Magic Combat will do the proper damage it needs to, and the Sea Pendant will protect us from the fire damage. They'll still do damage, but it won't be like hundreds, it'll just be like 9, 10, 11, 12 maybe. So a way to avoid this Kraken is you just want him to be like far enough to the right where you can just head up and squeeze through before like he can catch you, just like that. So with the Krakens here, you just kind of want to like block them, get them stuck on corners, walls, or even these pillars. So you kind of lure him around. This one was a little difficult. See, I don't remember exactly what I did here. I think I trapped them above. It's a pretty tight squeeze, so if anything, like, instead of going down this way like I did, you can just walk around and then go up the stairs. So, Ness's Nightmare, he's a scripted fight. Whatever he starts off with, there's a chance he'll do, like if he opens with Rockin' Alpha, he has a chance to either life up or Rockin' Beta the next turn. Or not Rockin' Beta, it's Rockin' Omega, so it's Rockin' Omega or just, yeah, just heal himself. So we use the bags of Dragonites to kill him, as well as the super bombs. We have 3 of the bags of Dragonites, all of which we pick up, and then 2 of the super bombs of what we buy. If you feel like it's a little too much or a little too scary, you can buy a 3rd super bomb, and just in case like the other 2 super bombs don't do the proper damage. Let's see what else. What else is there to say about Ness's Nightmare? If the bags of Dragonite and the super bombs don't kill, there is a backup strat where you basically just heal yourself until he runs out of psychic points, or if you feel like you can risk it a little, just start bashing him until he ends up dying. But he does have that chance to like heal himself, so just, you know, be thoughtful of that through the process of this fight. Oh, he did the Glorious Light. So this was a pretty clean Nightmare fight, I was surprised at that. And if you're lucky, if you get high enough damage rolls with, those 3 bags of Dragonite, like, you won't need the super bombs. But if you throw the super bomb and he's still not dead, I highly suggest you heal after that. Use Life Up Beta or Gamma. Because if he does a Rockin' Omega, you're taking mortal damage. So yeah, after this, it's pretty much, almost done. Almost there. It's the final stretch. Come a long way, Ness. By the way, just be wary of, when he, like, wakes up from the nightmare. It's pretty flashy. There's not, like, a lot of, like, flashing, it's just the colors get very bright, so, just a warning for those who are, you know, have sensitivity to that or have any sort of epilepsy. Just be careful, look away from the screen. And please warn your viewers about it too. And Ness wakes up. And after this, they just teleport to Saturn Valley. And there you talk to Dr. Andonuts, and he tells you that the phase sorter can't be completed unless you get a meteorite piece. So you end up teleporting back to Onnet, and then collecting it and just heading back to Saturn Valley right after, like teleporting back. So, a thing to remember here is to re-equip the rabbit's foot, because if you get into any encounters on, the way to Meteorite, it's a little scary. You fight the Ghosts of Starman, the Evil Eye, other atomic robots, but it's more of the Ghosts of Starman and the Evil Eye that are scary, because the Evil Eye can diamondize you, and then, the Ghost of Starman uses Star Party and, or it's Starstorm, excuse me, and that hurts everyone else on the team, so it's pretty powerful. So having the rabbit's foot is more of a set of guarantees for runaway, because Ness has really high speed at this point, and the rabbit's foot gives it a much higher plus. Nice quote from PSI. So yeah, like what was literally just the happy bright on it is now just dreadful. Everyone's locked up in their homes. There's aliens running around. You are a nice quote. Well, I mean, I guess I am. And something you can do to like manipulate more of like your movements along with the enemies is continuously mashing like the menu buttons, so like opening the menu and then closing it like A or BA and then BA again, AB, whatever. And so it's like when you finish a teleport and the characters are dragged behind, then you can just, you know, buffer the menu constantly and then have your characters catch back up and not get red swirled by the enemies. But yeah, for some of the teleportations here, like, try not to extend them too much, and it's not for the fact of, like, possibly just, you know, teleporting back to the beginning of Onnet. It's more of just being able to see which enemies, or if there are any enemies that lie ahead after the teleportations are finished. Here we pick up the meteorite piece, and you can teleport Beta like right next to the meteorite, or just go a little lower for more space, and then we go back to Saturn Valley. And then give Andonuts the meteorite piece, and then he tells you to go sleep, and then so you go rest. And at this point, if you feel like you want more multi-bottle rockets, go get them at Deep Darkness, and then get into the phase of Sorter. I love that quote from Tree. Such a good one. yeah, but at first you like land in this little spot. There is a horn of life you can pick up. That's if you feel like, you know, whatever cup of life noodles you have weren't enough. It's in the broken phase distorter. And then you can give it to Pooh if he doesn't have a cup of life noodles, or let Ness hold on to it, and that way he can also revive Paula if worse comes to worse. So yeah, you just walk up there and just to trigger the cutscene. And then you have to talk to Apple Kid and then talk to Dr. Andonuts in order for him to have the phase distorter ready. Or for the kids to be ready to get into the phase distorter to go back in time. Whoa. So you just tell him yes, and then he puts their brains in butts. Isn't that fun? So, once you reach the cave, you can only do two things. One of them is not come back to this present state, like before they were placed into the robot bodies. You can heal yourself. Repair is the function, which revives the characters too, or you can call Dad. And, so you want to make sure you call Dad and save, because the Giygas fight, he starts off with either Rockin' Alpha or Rockin' Beta, and if it's Rockin' Beta, there's a very high chance, or it's a pretty medium, depends, I guess, how much damage he does with the Rockin' Beta, if the run will continue to live or not. And, whatever remaining skip sandwiches Pooh has, you want to start using them here, and this is so we can start green swirling some of the enemies too. Somehow that was a green swirl. I think I caught it, like, right at the end, or, like, the beginning of a new movement. So it was really weird. So yeah, you just want to run away from all these enemies. This is the last stretch. We're almost there. Yeah, it's really dumb about not being able to run away. Yo, what's up, D Sharper? How's it going? Here I picked up that butterfly and it's because, at this point Ness can have healing gamma, but he didn't, so, I just healed Pooh of his paralysis and then picked up the butterfly in order to restore his psychic points back to full. And you're gonna want it full, or at least, like, around 80. For the reason is because you're gonna be using Starstorm against, the second phase of Giygas. Hi, dances. Why the dance game? Why? Ugh. Don't know how that was green, but sure. Just cause. Oh, okay. Fair enough. I think I was trying to, like, see if he would get stuck on the left side. So it might be this one where I couldn't run away for a bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it was just one starstorm. Or one phase of the starstorm, I guess. So yeah, like once you get out of any battle, if like they did take damage, make sure to just life them up. I think it was, yeah, it was the one at the bottom right. Man, those runaways were lucky though. Alright, so here we're gonna start wanting to do some, equipment management. So we're gonna give Jeff the rabbit's foot back. Paula's going to get the Franklin badge and the C pendant. Pooh's gonna have a cup of life noodles or the horn of life, whichever you may have. And we're gonna equip Ness with the night pendant again. So the C pendant is so Paula doesn't get hurt by the flash attacks. And that way she can't faint either. And the Franklin badge is gonna reflect any lightning attacks that Giygas does. And then Jeff needs the rabbit's foot in order to do more damage with the multi-bottle rocket. So I think like I checked, I didn't equip Jeff with the rabbit's foot, but if you don't equip them with the items, you can do it in battle. But the most important thing you want to do with Giygas in the first phase is get that shield up before like you want to equip anything with Paula. So what you're gonna want to do on this fight with Pokey and Giygas, you're gonna want to paralyze Pokey with Ness. You're gonna throw up the shield with Paula, the psychic shield. You're gonna use a multi-bottle rocket with Jeff on Pokey. If you didn't equip the rabbit's foot, you can do it now. And then with Pooh, use the cup of life noodles or the horn of life on Paula just in case you get rock and baited and she dies in the battle. See, so I didn't realize it that Jeff didn't have the rabbit's foot until after I shot off the multi-bottle rocket and only did like 100 and something damage. And sometimes even with the rabbit's foot equipped, he'll probably do that just because it's Jeff. But that's really unfortunate. So that's why the max I think you might want to have is like 3 multi-bottle rockets just in case. But 2 should suffice. If it doesn't do enough, then you can use freeze with Paula. Oh yeah, and if you have super bombs too, go ahead and chuck them at Pokey. But yeah, until you get rid of Pokey, then you can start the next phase of Giygas. So this is why you use Paula's Psychic Shield, so the Rockins don't do any damage to the team members. So yeah, after like the second or third multi-bottle rocket gets set off, you can start queuing up the Starstorm Omega with Pooh. Although if you want to play it safe, because you never know with like whatever damage ranges Jeff's gonna do to Pokey, just wait until the next phase starts to use it. So yeah, in the second phase, you just want to start doing damage. So like use Rockin' with Ness, use Freeze with Paula. If Jeff has any super bombs, chuck them at Giygas, and use Starstorm with Pooh. As long as he's not feeling funky, then you'll be okay. But if you see Pooh gets affected by that funky feeling, don't use Starstorm, because then he has a chance to attack the party, and everyone's gonna die, and your run's gonna die too. So just be careful of that. So usually like 2 Starstorms and some freezes with Paula will kill him, but I think that second Starstorm didn't do enough damage, so I had to queue up another freeze with Paula. If the other kids die, then it's okay, because then it's just more turns that you don't have to take, and the quicker Paula can do her prayers. So that was the second phase. Now we're moving on to the third one where the prayers start, and that's basically all it is until the fourth phase. You just start praying and praying and praying until the run is basically done. There's that lightning attack. So it's pretty much set. If you've made it this far, then you're all done. Congrats on finishing the run. There's nothing really too crazy. Like I said earlier, yeah, this run can be a little difficult. Yeah, you're not done, it's because you have to mash, but it's basically just mashing through the cutscenes. This run can be a little difficult until you get used to, like, you know, movement, execution, teleporting, memorizing just the route too. But once you start getting more adjusted to speedrunning this game, it becomes a lot more fun. No, Dragon, we're not doing that, alright? See, I streamed for 6 hours yesterday, and there's another 6 hours today. It's not my fault for this thing, alright? God. So yeah, like I said, just pray, mash, that's it. Saying breaking out the eggnog, by the way. Welcome. Probably can't unhear it now. After Andy Perfect told me that, it's like, well, all I hear is breaking out the eggnog. So yeah, with all the other kids, you just defend and then Paula prays. Sometimes her prayers won't get through, and when he does that, like, sort of flash attack that hurts all the kids, has a chance to solidify the characters. What happened there? I was like, hello? Yeah, it goes through like all of the characters that you see or meet along the way, and it's just them praying for the safety, like they feel something off. They're like, please, please be safe. Be safe, Yuna. Thanks, Han. I have received your prayer. I've achieved the maximum safety nets. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well today. Safe. With the MS Paint Beef. Alright. Try to find someone we can post out this. You like the layout? I'm happy you do. What's up, 18? How are you doing? Let's see how far he is. I turned down the volume. Okay, I think I know who we're gonna host after this. So yeah, that was actually a pretty clean Giygas fight regarding the fact that I forgot to equip Jeff with the rabbit's foot. And you know, for the people, like I said, who are interested in running this game, don't be discouraged. It is pretty difficult. A little hard in some spots, but it's very rewarding. The community is super sweet too. Don't be afraid to ask questions or reach out. We're all willing to help, because we all understand, like, what it's like picking up a new game and being scared in one way or another, but don't worry, you'll be alright. If I can do it, you can most certainly do it. Also, the bitrate's gonna start dropping after this phase because, Giygas gets super duper pixelated. Whee! Here we go! It might drop on my stream, not sure. It didn't drop in the recording though. It's usually when I stream because it gets super fuzzy. Yes, my favorite part. And then time ends after this prayer, so you pray one more time. And once it says, has the text box, or like you hear the little fanfare of the prayer, you, split. So right here, she prayed from the bottom of her heart. And remember that player name? Fills out the empty spaces, whoa! So Butts kept praying. Yeah, infect the face cam. Let's see, what else? What else do I want to say? I'm gonna add a guide in another video, like explaining some mechanics that we use in the speedrun. There's gonna be like stutter stepping, like difference between certain enemies, what else? Maybe some item uses too. I think that would be pretty smart to add. We'll see what else goes on. You're too lazy to commit to it. I hate it when it happens. You love watching runs of this game. Nice. I'll be doing more runs tomorrow, that's for sure. Tonight was just setting up the guide, or finishing the guide for the commentary. for people who are interested in running the game. Like a lot of hints, advice, suggestions, recommendations, etc., etc. Yeah, this game is pretty fun, pretty satisfying to run. It's a little lengthy, so I do end up doing runs and usually set some time aside. Because, like I said, first runs can be very difficult, they're very brutal, very rough, but as long as you commit, as long as you practice, I think you'll be okay. You made a list of all cutscenes and input breaks and how long they last. It's good. It's a very good idea. Yeah, once that's done, and they get moving. Their souls go back to their bodies. The war against Giygas is over. You did it. You completed your first run. Satisfying victory music. The happiness, the peace is all yours. They said Giygas was Mewtwo. That's interesting. I haven't heard that fan theory. Yeah, feel free if you want to share it on Discord, you can. And if you're wanting to or willing to share it, I'll add it onto the paste bin along with like the item guide from Monkey Cave and just other backup strats for the run. So thank you guys for watching, whether it was on YouTube or me streaming it. I really appreciate it. I'll be uploading different VODs to my YouTube, mainly just like previous broadcasts and stuff. So again, thank you for watching, and I hope you found these segmented guides valuable or helpful. Hopefully to new runners or old runners, whatever works. Thank you again. I'll see you guys next time. Rolling out.